Now, let's take a minute here or a few minutes to just explain a few things. Why is it that Hakainde Hichilema, who is the current president of Zambia, is still having a beef, still in depth with the former president of Zambia, that is Edgar Lungu. So we all remember that Edgar Lungu died last year, that is last year, June, when, of course, he was seeking medication in South Africa. But again, why is it that we still have this political feud? For those of us who don't understand, is that the late president of Zambia, Edgar Lungu, had actually written a will. And of course, in that will or in that direction, he also stated that the current president, Hakainde Hichilema, should not attend his burial. Therefore, he meant business here. So again, of course, we remember that when he died, apparently the president of Zambia, Edgar Lungu, had actually, not Edgar Lungu, but Hakainde Hichilema, had actually declared a national mourning days. And then later on, after the family gave the press briefing, he went ahead to, of course, say that if the family doesn't want me, if that was the will, then I'm stopping this national mourning. Let's go business as usual. Of course, we went through the several court sessions, and of course, they even won the case in South Africa, the government of Zambia. And in the courts in South Africa, of course, the courts directed that the body of Edgar Lungu should be flown back to Zambia. But then, why is this rivalry still going on? Why can't we just bury the former president? Why? Well, let's take a look. Let's go back some years back. Of course, Hichilema was once an opposition leader while Lungu was in presidency. So while he was in opposition leader, in one instance, he was arrested apparently. Actually, he's been arrested 17 times, not just once. He's been arrested 17 times. And in these 17 instances, one of them is when he's being accused, or his motorcade had actually tried to block the motorcade of the president, Edgar Lungu, back then. And therefore, he was arrested and charged on treason charges, of course. But then, when he was arrested, Hichilema claimed that he was placed in solitary confinement for 80 days. So in this solitary confinement, you are being denied water, food, even a place to go on short calls and long calls. So apart from that, he stayed in prison for almost 100 days before being released because again, him being released, it was through the Secretary General of the United Nations back then who came and, of course, negotiated with them. And of course, the Secretary General of the United Nations who actually tried to bring the understanding between them, and of course, he was released. So 17 times he was arrested. So here come 2021 when now Hichilema vied against Lungu and he won the election. And of course, he won more than he had more than 1 million. He was 1 million votes ahead of President Lungu back then, the incumbent back by then. So now Lungu is in opposition. What happens if Lungu is in opposition? That one aside, let's hold it there a bit. The economy doesn't work well after Hichilema comes into office. Things are not working well. And of course, in this instance, a lot of the public is not supporting the government. And then when Lungu saw this, Lungu now said, who is the former president, who is now the opposition, is going to vie in the next election. He wants to get back to active politics. And here comes, Hichilema wasn't happy about it. He placed him under detention. Apparently, there were allegations of the sort that was placed under house detention. Even he couldn't go for his morning runs. His house or his home was surrounded by police. So he couldn't do anything he wanted. So that aside, this happened very fast. And of course, Lungu got ill apparently. And he went and, of course, seek medication in South Africa. That is early last year. That is 2025. And in June, the demise came and he died apparently in South Africa. But then this feud, despite Lungu having died, is still ongoing. It is still ongoing. And apparently, currently, as of today, this is February 13th, the government of Zambia, through Hichilema, is now going after the property of the son of late Lungu. So apparently they are claiming that the son of Lungu has accrued more than $1 million. It's 1 point something, 1.1, $1.2 million, almost 24 million kwacha of Zambia. That's the currency of Zambia. They're claiming that the work is, when he was employed, he couldn't have accrued this amount. And therefore, if he claimed that this is all his wealth, of course, this wealth, some are in monetary, some are in malls, petrol stations, real estate, and other expensive things around, like houses also. So the government is asking, how come you have all this wealth? But then, of course, the government want to confiscate this. It's just a way of hitting back at the family. So we are yet to see when Lungu is going to be buried. We are yet to see when this feud is going to end. We are going to see who is going to come at the rescue of this between these two people. Because again, this now is getting petty as it is. So yes, as much as politics is concerned, Zambians need to know where to draw the line. Politics shouldn't be made personal. And of course, in some instances, we do say that politics, there's no enmity in politics. But in Zambia, the enmity still seems to be real. And these guys couldn't shake hands.